Okay, right, and now where are we to here? So we're going to do some of the Scotland bits from my extremely unlikely history of the United Kingdom. A three, a two, a 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Up to 30. Oh, I think I'm doing Scottish monarchs here. This is page 102 if you want to read along. You'll have to go buy the book first though. So, page 102, up to 1300. 1249, death of Alexander II, King of Scots. Alexander III succeeds to the throne of Scotland. 1250. Alexander puts the throne of Scotland in the small ad section of the Highland Weekly News, as he needs the space for a pinball machine. There are no takers, as the asking price, free, is more than anyone is prepared to pay. 1251. King Alexander III of Scotland, but with no pinball machine, marries Margaret, daughter of Henry III, precipitating a power struggle between the two monarchs over who would pay for the reception. 1263, Battle of Largs, an inconclusive battle fought between Haakon IV of Norway and the Scots, as neither of them turned up. 1263, Bottle of Lager, an inconclusive hearing. 1266, Scotland and Norway signed the Treaty of Perth, under which Scottish control of the Western Isles is acknowledged. Scots feel aggrieved when they read the small print and discover it was Perth in Australia, and the Western Isles were not, in fact, the Hebrides and the Isle of Man, but two large rocks off the coast of Joondalup. 1266 and a bit, Scotland vows never again to sign a treaty using its real name. 1267, the Treaty of Birthday is signed between Denmark and M. Mouse. The treaty acknowledges all bouncy castles must be paid for by M. Mouse, and the Danes are most aggrieved to find out that it is invalid come invoice day. Sue bloody pissed off, sighed Jock near Ribble. Foreman of the Dumfries will inflate your castle in just 16 minutes company, who was forced to invade Denmark on the 22nd of July 1267 to get his cash. 1273. Queen Margaret jokingly pushed an English esquire into the River Tay, but he was swept to his death by a powerful current before anyone could help. Margaret was reportedly very upset by the incident, as was he. 1291. That's a true story, by the way. Most of this is true. Well, obviously the jokes aren't, but they are true jokes. 1291. Edward I forces the Scottish nobles to recognise his right to determine the succession to the throne of Scotland. 1292. Scottish nobles launch attack on Edward I's kitchen after he appoints a lettuce as King of Scotland. 1292 and a bit bite. Having wanted a BLT for breakfast, Edward I replaces the regently digested monarch with John Balliol on the Scottish throne. 1296. John abdicates at Strathcarto near Montrose on the 10th of July, as his tax return was due. The arms of Scotland were formally torn from John Surco, giving him the abiding name of Tomb Tabard, which translates as empty coot, although the translation is disputed. Some sources saying it means empty wallet, others say emptied his bladder at the first sign of trouble. 1299. From exile, John gains revenge on the English by sending the king a knock-knock joke that he doesn't understand. Knock knock, who's there? I know there's a who's there. I did that completely wrong. Okay, right, the Loch Ness Monster. The legend, how big is this section here? No, I can't do that bit. Okay, let's just find another page then. Oh, no, I still can't do that, but no, I'm just wasting time here. Okay, it's all forgot here. Romans, always Romans. Okay, let's go to the start. The word Scotland comes from Scotty, the Latin name for the Gaels. You should go into a pub in Glasgow at midnight on a Friday and say, "Beam me up, Scotty." I'm sure they will enjoy it. All the more so if you say it in a very posh English accent. At least one source has speculated on the likelihood of a group of raiders adopting a name from an Indo-European root, Scoot, citing the parallel in Greek, skotos. What? That's my translation of the Greek. Meaning darkness, gloom. So we'll all be living there if gas and electricity prices keep rising like they are. Although if this is the case, Mushroom Land seems a better nom de pays. Other sources have put forward theories such as it was originally named Hotland by an earlier settler nicking the false pretenses idea from Eric the Red, see Greenland, Book 1, shameless plug, or that it was known as Scootland because everyone would piss off after 10 minutes in a freezing fog, or that its name derived from Scrotland, from what could be seen dangling under a kilt. I can't do the next one, it's too rude because my 9-year-old son is on the telephone listening to me. So, repeated glaciations, which cover the entire landmass of modern Scotland, destroyed any traces of modern habitation that may have existed before the Mesolithic period. Repeated partying has destroyed any since then. It is believed the first post-glacial groups of hunter-gatherers arrived in Scotland around 12,800 years ago as the ice sheet retreated after the last glaciation. Jock. Ice sheet. Jock 2. Hey, sheet and piss, Jimmy. Okay, that's it for that bit there. Here's the back of the book. Isn't it good? Cuddling concealed on the other end of the front.